Hello again, Andy with Handy Andy Handyman, Handy Andy On Demand. We are back today on a property in Canton, and they've done some repairs on this house. So this side of the house appears to have an LP siding to it. The rest of the house has a masonite siding, so it's kind of unusual. Someone's already come in here, and this is hardy plank here. You can see they did a decent job lining up the joints. It's not spaced right, but they tried to line up against the old siding. But all the siding on the right side of the house is just shot and needs to be replaced. If we'd gotten to them a couple years ago and could caulk and hand paint the stuff, it'd be fine. But you can see what happens to it. It just kind of crumbles away. If you're looking in this area right here, someone's kind of pieced in some smaller pieces of hardy plank at the bottom, where you see the yellow gold siding right here. And the key to your siding really is that when you're looking at it, look at the bottom edges. And so when you look at the bottom edge of the siding, see how it varies in thickness and it gets really thick, and that lets you know that it's shot out. It's basically 7 layers of this particular siding is wood chips, but the other siding on the other side of the house is cardboard masonite. So it's kind of weird that they got 2 types of siding here. And so you see that thickness? It's just as the water's gotten to it. When the house has been spray painted, they didn't caulk it properly, the moisture gets to the bottom edge and it makes it swell like that. So once you get to that point, you've got to replace it. The front of the house, it almost looks to me like someone came back in and redid this front at some point years ago with a masonite siding. It's not the same siding. And so they've kept the bottom edges are pretty good all the way through. And above the porch up here is the same thing. See how tight the bottom edges are? So those are all good. So the whole front of the house is good. It'll just need to be painted at some point. And then when you come around the left side, he's got just a rotted fascia board right here where they've tried to put some metal flashing there to keep the squirrels out. But that whole piece, someone made a straight cut here and started rotting and the birds got at it. His dormers are already done. Someone did those with hardy plank. And then the left side of the house, this siding was replaced at some point too. And this is a masonite product. This isn't hardy. And you can see it swelled a little bit, but whoever did it, probably maybe right before these folks bought it, someone came in and painted it. I'm not sure how long these guys have been here, but this siding over here is all in good enough shape. It does need to be repainted, and you can see where it's swollen in the joints a little bit in here, just where they didn't caulk it real well. But we can fix all that stuff. But again, when you look at the bottom edges of the siding on this side, pretty tight, pretty consistent. You'll see a little bit of swelling, but nothing that needs replacement. And then when you get on the back of the house, this siding's pretty protected from the weather. So if he can get around to hand painting it this year in 2020, he'll save all the siding. And your bottom 3 rows right here need to be replaced going back to the deck. And then his real issue is up here, up along the gables right here where it sits on the roof line. On the right and left side of this dormer, which is probably the bathroom up there, they just need to be replaced. So he doesn't need to replace the whole thing. He could if he wanted to, but there's really no point to it. And back here as well, see the swelling? So all that would be replaced. The rest of it's fine. If he just goes ahead and paints it, he'll be good to go. We do so much of this stuff. My brother and I have been doing this for over 25 years in Atlanta. We've got a crew of 30. We still work in the field. So I'm not just a salesperson. I get out here and work with my guys too. We do all kinds of stuff. So you'll see this truck running around. You can see we have some materials on there. I came off a job earlier today. We're at 770-912-2829. Look for Handy Andy On Demand. That's our division. It does a lot of little small handyman stuff. You want to hang a light fixture, you want to paint a wall, or you get one thing you want to get done. You can pre-book 2 hours of time and the guys will come out prepared to do the work. We started that company last year. So we'll see you at the next house. Bye for now.